Meeting Lisa was the best thing that's ever happened to me. She brought happiness into my life. We led a beautiful life with lots of love. We were very compatible, but we had a huge problem that she wasn't actually aware of: different social statues. Lisa was the only heir of the Sunway Company of Hotels. Her father had a variety of plans for his daughter, such as arranging her marriage with a rich businessman who's supposed to help run their company after his death. Lisa knows that I am not the man her father is expecting to marry her. But she didn't know that I actually didn't stand a single chance. She assumed that I had a stable job and average pay when I am actually jobless most of the time. I managed to successfully hide it for a good amount of time until she decided to pay me a surprise visit at my house on our anniversary. A wealthy lady like her wouldn't have a hard time finding my address, a place she had never been to. She carried her gifts and a chocolate ice cream cake and walked to the building where I lived. She asked the neighbors about me, and this is where she got to learn the naked truth. I was indebted to the owner of the house. I didn't pay 6 months of rent, which didn't remain a secret from the neighbors, and that's because he would always come banging at my door, asking me to pay my debt as soon as possible. She immediately came to my apartment. I was very surprised to see her at my door. I let her inside and asked her to take a seat. She asked me to explain why I couldn't pay my rent for 6 months. At that point, I knew I couldn't lie to her anymore. I had to tell her. I told her the whole story from the very beginning, how I come from a destructive family that didn't support my education, how I had to drop out of school and find a job at a very early age, and how I became the loser I am. It took me an hour to recite my whole story. She had teary eyes when I finished. She gave me a hug and told me that I didn't have to lie to her and that nothing would break us up. I know that Lisa and I will have to face her father someday, but I felt very relieved when I told her everything.